It was preparation day, and the Judeans did not want the bodies to remain on the stake on Shabbat, since it was an especially important Shabbat. So they asked Pilate to have the legs broken and the bodies removed. The soldiers came and broke the legs of the first man who had been put on a stake beside Yeshua, then the legs of the other one. But when they got to Yeshua and saw that he was already dead, they didn't break his legs. However, one of the soldiers stabbed his side with a spear, and at once blood and water flowed out. The man who saw it has testified about it, and his testimony is true. And he knows that he tells the truth, so you too can trust. For these things happened in order to fulfill this passage of the Tanakh. Not one of his bones will be broken. And again, another passage says, they will look at him whom they have pierced. Therefore, brothers whom God has set apart, who share in the call from heaven, think carefully about Yeshua, whom we acknowledge publicly as God's emissary, as Kohen Gadol. He was faithful to God who appointed him, just as Moshe was faithful in all God's house. But Yeshua deserves more honor than Moshe, just as the builder of the house deserves more honor than the house. For every house is built by someone, but the one who built everything is God. Also, Moshe was faithful in all God's house, as a servant giving witness to things God would divulge later. But the Messiah, as Son, was faithful over God's house. And we are that house of his, provided we hold firmly to the courage and confidence inspired by what we hope for.